Hey everybody, it's me, Brandon, and I've got my good buddy Jared Blando here. We have been friends for what is it, Jared? I was thinking about it the other day. I think it's like maybe 15 years, 14 or 15 years.
I
Because
moved down
you've been
in
married
2000.
10,
Yeah, I've been
right?
married 10. So yeah, I mean, it's got to be what, 2010?
Yeah, it's got to be something around there.
Yeah.
So he was at my local game store, and I had no clue that just a little brief thing of history with us two. I had no clue that you worked in the industry. We were playing Flames of War, and I think I asked you what you did, and you told me that you are a cartographer, and you were telling me some of the stuff that you did, and I completely was shocked because I just ran an adventure. It was a Pathfinder adventure that had your adventure, your map in it in that adventure, and I was like, "This is crazy, dude! I had no clue you did that." And I believe you skunked me in that Flames of War game pretty bad too, with your Russians. But and then you moved to Portland, and
I did.
yeah, you're far away from me, but we still are very much in touch. And introduce yourself to my viewers and let them know exactly what you do in the industry.
Yeah, so like Brandon said, I'm a freelance cartographer. I'm basically an illustrator. I do other things other than cartography, but that's what I'm known for. I work for a lot for Wizards of the Coast. I've done a lot of the Faerun material, a lot of the source books, like War of the Dragon Queen, Out of the Abyss. I mean, Rise of T, a whole bunch of them. I still work for them. I work for Beatles and Grimm, do a bunch of their special edition stuff. But I also do a lot of board game artwork, and I do a bunch of work for BattleTech now for their Shrapnel magazine, and I've done conceptual work. So basically, when you're a freelancer, you kind of do whatever people are going to pay you for, pretty much. But primarily, a lot of my work has come from wotc, and that's been really good. And I've been working for them since fourth edition. So, yeah, I mean, when I moved down to South Carolina, I just wound up meeting Brandon at the local game store. We hit it off, became friends, and I think we just kind of think alike. We talk a lot,
We
and,
do.
and
We
we
think
exchange a
alike.
lot of ideas.
Yeah, we
But
converse alike.
he games more than me. I run games, but Brandon really runs a lot of games. So he's a really good DM. And we just share a
Appreciate
lot
it.
of ideas on the industry, like from the inside, the outside, all around it. He's more of the he's more of the OSR angle, which is a great angle, and I'm more of the corporate insider. I
Definitely.
run a lot of
Definitely.
5e material, and I have my qualms with it, just like everybody else. But that's kind of what we're gonna do with this, I guess, the series that we're gonna do. By joining his channel, we're just gonna talk about the industry, even-handed way of talking about the industry, the goods, the bads, the ins and outs, the wishes, the wants, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
So.
that's the plan. We've decided to expand, and this is something for my channel that I know like when I did some live streams, I talked a little bit about some stuff, my own opinions, and mostly my videos, of course, are letting you know about new products or a Kickstarter that's coming. And I really like looking at videos of mostly indie creators to let their products get out there and let them be seen. And it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. And Jared and I, we have a lot of discussions about things, all sorts of stuff from history, World War II, politics, the industry, maps, the whole
Movies,
yeah, yeah, movies. We do
movies,
everything.
books.
Yep.
Yeah.
So really it was a thing where we both said, let's add a little bit more to the channel. And Jared is also going to come on board with my Pocket Fantasy role-playing game. It's why there's been a bit of a delay. And the future of that is bright, and especially with Jared on board. And it's something that I said I was going to do some stuff with it in the past, but then once Jared and I started talking more about what we want to do with the channel, what we want to do with Pocket Fantasy, and the future of products, we want to team up. And so we really Jared, he reached out to me and said, "Hey, let's do this. Let's have some discussions about some stuff. See if we can approach some subjects from maybe two different angles, but at a kind of an even kill, like not something nuts and raging, but really try to give our opinions on not going to be like daily things of what's going on in the industry, but just kind of big, widespread topics, like big topics. And of course, he can with his maps and his cartography. And yeah, I've been showing up. You can see some of his artwork that's been going by in the video. We're gonna broach some interesting subject. He's also a big fan of right here, second edition D&D, as well, especially Birthright, which that's what I wanted to tell you, Jared, is that we are going to have to do a whole topic about
Oh my,
Birthright.
oh
That
my
so you
God.
can just
You got to
go.
see my collection of Birthright. My
Yeah,
Birthright collection is impressive. Okay,
to
I've
save
been
it.
trying to get all them player secrets. It's been a journey
That's
get
great.
get
Yeah.
coming to grips with all that stuff because it's not easy to get your hands on.
No,
It's
no, it's not. You'll have
really
to
not.
when we do that video, you have to hold it all up like you're holding up a bunch of yeah. Look at all my stuff I got. But I hope this is going to be something kind of people weren't expecting, and that we're going to be doing these videos. Not exactly sure when they'll be coming out, but they'll be hopefully coming out somewhat regular. And yeah, it's going to be fun. And then we'll let you know more about Pocket Fantasy. Um, what's going to happen in the future with that, and then
Yeah,
some
well,
other products too that we've been brainstorming on, and he's got some ideas, I've got some ideas, so we're going to kind of bring that together. But it's so valuable for me, our friendship, especially even though he's lived so far away, just to because we I grew up here, you grew up north, right? I was in
Jersey. Yeah,
Jersey, yeah,
born and raised in Jersey. Been
and a little
around, but yeah.
kind of coming from two different places. We met up in a game store, and then we hit it off from there. And I'm
Well,
looking forward to it. I think it's fun. We've had a lot of fun in the past. We've had a lot of late night discussions about superhero movies and horror movies and all sorts of stuff. So he does come and
I
see me
think at the
every
end of the
once in a while.
day, we're very we're even though sometimes like we're we come at things differently. We have different points of views, but really it comes down to like I think we're both pretty level-headed,
Yeah,
and we talk about things. It's like it's okay to disagree.
yeah,
I know, it's such a faux pas in today's day and age. It's, oh
yeah,
my God, you could, that's fine.
yeah,
Everybody has his opinion, you know what I mean? And often the times, like when you talk it out, we're pretty balanced on it. Like we kind of both of us see both sides and we don't insult the other person, nothing
right.
like that. We're just, I mean, that's why we became friends because it was just like it's always fun talking to him. So, we
Uh,
always seem to get along really well
True.
about
I would
whatever.
honestly, when I first met Jared, I was, of course, I'm gonna absolutely blow you up right here over your head. But I was just very impressed by your intelligence. I was like, wow, he knows a lot of, I could bring up any subject and he knew something about it. Sometimes you run into people, they don't have like a bit of a, like encyclopedia of stuff. And I was just like, wow, I was really intimidated, honestly, when I first met you. I was like, man, this guy, whew, young guy, he knows all about it. And,
I mean, we were playing a World War II game, and I
yeah,
and I do have a love for World War II. But
of
I
course.
think one of the things is just, everybody's wrong at some point.
Yep.
Like it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm wrong all the goddamn time. Like it's fine. Like it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't take it personally. People
Right.
get a little stubborn or whatever, and I'm just like, I don't know. I read a lot. I think reading is good. A lot of
That very
people
good.
they just kind of like, you know, I don't want to go off on a tirade because
No.
we'll say that for later
Yeah, we do
videos when
have
we can
that
talk
coming as a
about
topic. That's
media and TV and
distractions.
documentaries,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Modern
But yeah, no, we
distractions.
get along really well.
Yeah, we definitely do. But I think this is going to be fun. It's going to be hopefully it's something that my viewers will enjoy as well. I'm still going to be doing videos, of course, on products. That'll be happening as well, and maybe Jared can give us some insight on kind of what he does can't always give everything to us what's happening, but maybe some stuff he's worked on or something that if you know him from his cartography, something that's now available, or something that's come out and been released with his work in it, so you can see that. I think that's going to be cool to let people know what's going on really with both of us, and just to be a little bit more vocal. I think with my reviews, I'm just so focused on the book. And I've done some live streams and stuff, and we're going to hopefully do some live streams as well, so that you can participate as well. And we'll have some star guests, like maybe one David Beatty. And so, yeah, we're both well versed
No,
in
no.
yeah, the Dark Lord. But yeah, we're hopefully we'll have David Beatty on, and that'll be an absolute riot. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's gonna be cool to be able to maybe just kind of loosen a little bit, not talking about just a product, and be able to hit some other topics that we find interesting, we think are important, or we want to speak about, and hopefully you'll like them too. But
Well, I think
there's been
that's important, right? Is this
yeah
basically like some of the topics are we'll be talking about later on, uh they're pretty prevalent to everybody in the industry, and I think everybody's asked their buddies or other players or DMs about these topics, and I think we have a little insight into some of that, or at least our point of view on it. And it's always fun to discuss because everybody's got a different opinion on, what should be done, what has been done, if it's good, if it's bad. And I think they're pretty general, but pretty approachable, I
yeah
think.
the
And
directions, certain directions that certain things are going, and how maybe
yeah.
they've changed from the past. Why did they
Mhm.
change? How are we now? I know one that's important to me is kind of what we brought up earlier, is just the distractions. I think that's probably one of the most important things is the focus, lack of focus and distraction compared to the past. But we're going to get into that in a video that I'm looking forward to. But we both have some topics that we both want to kind of bring up. So we did a list, both of us, and should be fun to get into those. But
Yep.
yeah, it's going to be fun, and hopefully soon we'll have our first one that'll hit a topic. And if you know Jared's stuff, you've seen it scrolling by the screen. I'll have links down in the description for some places that you can go and check out more of his stuff. And I'm really looking forward, of course, to what whenever we're able to announce some pocket fantasy stuff. And again, what's
Mhm.
going to come from that? Because this is a mutual thing. That's one thing I really liked about with me and Jared is that he's got stuff I really like. He likes my stuff, so which is great. And it's just cool because we're both like, hey, I want to work on your thing, and he's like, I want to work on your thing. I said, well, we'll work on it together, and I think that's going to be really cool. So
Well, we'll see where it goes, right? I mean, because we're talking about with Pocket Fantasy, maybe injecting some. I have a homegrown world that's been around for a long time now. I haven't touched on it in a long time, but I think it's kind of something that both of us, kind of low magic, well, high magic, but a lot of steel, a lot of sorcery, a lot of grim. I wouldn't say grim, dark fantasy.
yeah,
Because I don't
darkish.
like grim dark fantasy. Grim dark
Yeah,
fantasy has been done so
yeah,
much. This is
it's
more of a
different.
hopeful world.
It's
Yeah, it's
different.
different, but very like, culture clash type of uh I don't know, goth if you like goths and Ostrogoths versus Normans versus giant lizards versus it's just got a lot of historical elements, classic fantasy elements, all kind of mishmashed together. So we may integrate that into Pocket Fantasy at some point. We're still kind of mulling around with that. But yeah, there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm just kind of excited to be a part of it, to be honest, because
Um, Super
I'm kind of
appreciate it.
transitioning. I've put down a lot of work. I've been doing an insane amount of work the last like 5 to 7 years, and now I'm kind of slowing down. I'm writing a third book, How to Draw Dungeons. I don't know. Some of you may have seen my How to Draw my first two books, which is How to Draw Cities and How to Draw. The first book has a strange title. It's like
Yeah,
art. It's like
fantasy art.
RPG.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it scrolled by.
fantasy art,
I
and,
showed it to every. Yeah, it's on the
it
thumbnail.
works. People like the book. It's just a
Oh yeah,
crazy title. But
I've
anyway,
seen
so
it
this is the
everywhere.
yeah. I mean, it's got distribution. It's been out since like 2015, and it's
Yeah.
been very good. But anyway, people have been asking me a lot about the How to Draw Dungeons book,
Oh man,
and
it's gonna
that'll
be a great one.
probably well, we signed the contract, and so I got to start working on that. But I've pretty much been trying to clear my schedule, and it's hard to do sometimes because it's a good thing. It's a good problem to have. Not
Yeah,
complaining. It's a good problem to have, but
definitely.
it's also like you kind of want to do what you want to do, kind of move on, and try to get started on that. So that's why I hit up Brandon. Well, probably 4 or 5 months ago,
Yeah,
something like that.
that really
And
shocked me. I was like, yes, let's definitely do that because I've always known that you've been busy and you're doing all the big stuff, and got seems like I don't think I've ever taught you where you didn't have work ever, never. You've always had something. So for you to be like,
yeah,
hey, I want to do, I've got passion for other stuff. I want to do this with you. I was like, ugh,
well,
yes,
Pocket
please.
Fantasy is such a cool system
Yeah,
because
great.
even in the I have a 5e, I have a Birthright game that I run, but I run it in fifth edition. I don't run an AD&D. To be honest, while I love AD&D, I have never run a game in AD&D because when I started playing D&D, I'm not an OG guy. I'm
Right,
40, gonna be
right,
41. I played in one or two games of AD&D, and then it moved on to third edition. So I
right.
was just a little too late to the party,
Sure.
basically. So 5e is easier to run. I found a great a couple documents on GM's Binder, and I've used them and kind of manipulated. I've been running a game for years now, 6 years or something. I've been
That's
running a
great,
Birthright
man. That's
game.
fantastic.
And it's just I love the classic fantasy of a system like that. It's like dudes versus like, gnolls and orogs, and it's not super high fantasy. It's like
Yeah,
every guy can be a hero. You know what I mean? A
yeah.
lot of things decided with steel. But yeah, so I don't even know where I was going with that. I just
It's
completely
all about Birthright,
it's just, it's
AD&D.
just-
It's gonna We're gonna definitely hit that now. We're definitely gonna hit that in the future. But yeah, I hope this is gonna be, something that people look forward to. And if you have we've got some, like I said earlier there, we have some topics we're gonna bring up, and we hope you'll enjoy those and give some feedback down in the comments about what you hear, if you agree, disagree, whatever the case may be. And you can check out some of his products there's a bunch of stuff out there, honestly. And of course, his book. And like that, like I said, with that third book, letting people know, hey, that book's going to be out and, here, then it's a little bit more information should they want to
yeah.
kind of keep up with you and your work. And then with Pocket Fantasy as well. So,
Mhm.
there it is. I appreciate, of course, Jared coming on. And I've got the title. Jared does join RPG overviews. I might be doing the books, but we're going to be working together trying to make this channel be um,
I
you
might
know,
I might add some of the books.
oh, that'd be
Yeah,
cool. You could do a
I
review
don't
of your
know.
own. Would you
I
like
could.
to?
No, we could do a dual review.
Oh, that would be wild.
I
That
mean,
would be
I'd
cool.
have to I'd have to pick it up and actually read it and maybe
Oh,
like check it out. But yeah, I mean, I can
that's
give
great.
my thoughts. I mean, like I said, you're more knowledgeable when it comes to all the third party stuff. But I
Right.
mean, I've definitely played a lot of other RPGs, so I have a pretty decent
It's a good
perspective.
idea. That right there in the making. We just when you saying that, I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you do?
You should have just been like, no,
No, no, it's
no,
just
no,
that's
no,
my thing.
no.
Stay away. You've
You're
got your
done.
maps,
You're
map
done
boy.
now.
You got your maps, map boy. I'm doing the reviews. No, that's a cool idea. We could do two different, read the same product and come together and see what we think about it. We'd be a
We'll just
Cisco
disagree.
Cisco
We'll
and
fight
Ebert,
over
Cisco and Ebert
it.
of that might be too old for some of these people, but
Disco and
probably
Ebert.
not.
Oh
My
God.
channel's mostly dudes that are about my age, so but
Is this
hopefully
no Ebert still alive or Siskel?
no, neither, unfortunately.
Oh, he passed away. He
Yeah,
finally passed away. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's unfortunate, but
That is unfortunate.
um way to go a downer. I was always a big Siskel fan myself. But
I mean,
and
he
I
was old. What's his name wasn't. Ebert was
I'm not sure.
50s, right? He was pretty youngish when he passed away.
Youngish, not, but I know he got throat cancer. They both got cancer, which is terrible. But yeah, Siskel had brain cancer, and this is how we kind of go
Oh,
off. We just, they'll see this is how we'll do. We'll just be like, oof,
just
Siskel
the
had brain
stupid
cancer,
shit will
and
come up.
Ebert had, I believe, throat cancer or some variant thereof. But
Oh man,
I still, what's really great? Go back and watch their videos on YouTube. Just a little
they're
tidbit here and there.
hilarious.
It's awesome when you think about a movie that you like that's old, and you're like, oh wow, let's see what they said about it after all these years and how movies have changed. And see, of course, there we go. We're gonna be getting into
Well,
movies. We're gonna get into movies at
I've
some point.
seen their Predator review, and they freaking hated
Oh yeah,
Predator. Predator is one of the greatest movies of all time, in my opinion. And you watch their review, and they're like, they just rip it a new
wow.
asshole.
Well, they all can't be a cop and a half, which Ebert gave 3 stars, the same as he gave Godfather Part Two. So he never lived that down. Cop and a half with Burt Reynolds and a young boy as a sidekick as a
Oh
police officer.
God.
Um,
Burt Reynolds, I'm just not, he just looked like he does just not give a shit in whatever role he's
nah,
in. He just doesn't
nah,
care.
nah, he didn't care.
I mean,
We're,
really, like,
I
yeah,
call yeah.
early shit. You're just like, man, this guy just like White Lightning. Oh my God, I watched White Lightning. I was like,
This is
did this
great. This is
not
exactly what we're gonna be doing
this was
with
good
these
at the time.
videos. Yeah, we're gonna go off occasionally on movie. We'll just have to do a movie. We'll have to do a whole movie playlist where we
We
just
could do
talk
that.
about movies too.
We could do
So
that.
hopefully people will like it and hear us being goofballs. But thanks, Jared, and thanks everybody for watching. And stay tuned for our first discussion topic, which will be interesting and kind of new territory for me. And so we'll see how it goes. So
Yep.
thanks a lot, and we're gonna see y'all in that next video. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.